Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is a new series of tutorials on how to play the Hurdy Gurdy, the pirate way. Now this is a bit of a joke, as you may know, but the point here is that I want to teach people who don't know how to play the Hurdy Gurdy. If you are an experienced player, if you have been playing for 1 year or more, you do not need this video. Go away. If you are, however, a very inexperienced chap who has no experience with the Hurdy Gurdy or maybe even any other musical instrument as well, this video was made for you. So I'm going to cover the real basics, starting from the maintenance and then moving on, teaching you how to play simple tunes. This first video is about maintenance, and that's why I have this odd camera angle. I want to show you the inside of my Gurdy, and I will tell you how to identify and solve the most basic problems you may encounter with your Gurdy. This is just out of the box. I didn't tune it, I didn't do anything to it, so let's see what problem it has. Okay, quite many. So the first thing I want to do is to get the chanters right. So I'll have only one of them actually playing. Okay, now you can get any tuner and tune it to whatever you have to tune it. Usually it's G, like most Hurdy Gurdys. Mine is in C, so it's different, but the principle is exactly the same. Okay, now I'm satisfied with this one. Let's go to the other chanter. Okay, when they stop beating, it means they are in tune with one another, which is the most important thing. I can stand if the whole Gurdy is a bit out of tune, but the chanters need to be precisely aligned, otherwise it's simply hell. Okay, now I have simulated a very common mistake, which is applying too much cotton. I have clearly overdone it just for the sake of showing you, but this happens and it's called skipping. When you hear this kind of sound, so it kind of goes back and forth, and you have only one string, you probably are using too much cotton. So simple as that, you just remove the extra cotton. Okay, this is of course not a real case because I did it on purpose, but you get the idea. Now I have enough rosin on my wheel, but suppose I don't, what do? If it's very silent, you take your cake of rosin and you just rub it gently. Be sure to spread it evenly on the wheel, so you don't want all the rosin like on this edge. You want it spread as evenly as possible on the whole surface of the wheel. Another thing I do is I use liquid rosin, which is much better in basically any case. This is just a mixture of rosin. You might just break up one of these cakes. They usually break very easily, so sometimes I just drop them on the floor and they crash and they break up. I take all that dust and small pieces and I put them in a flask, and I add alcohol. I usually avoid the commercial kind of rubbing alcohol because it's like 60% or even less. You need something which is very pure, like 96% or more. It's usually that kind of alcohol, the colorless kind, which you see it's used very much for making cakes or liquor, for cooking. It's very expensive, but it's very worth the investment because I find that liquid rosin is much better than any other kind of block rosin for this purpose, for the Gurdy, of course. However, be very careful because you can easily overdo with liquid rosin you just need a couple of drops usually, so be careful when applying that. It's also quite boring to remove anyways. Now, we got our chanters in tune. Suppose I have all the keys in tune now, all the tangents that play right. Now I may want to adjust, for example, the height of the bridge by applying paper strips under the strings to elevate them, or on the contrary, to file the notch to have the string sit lower on the bridge. It really depends. Weather can affect a lot because the wood can swell and shrink with weather in various seasons, so it really depends. Always keep some strips of paper handy to put under the strings. It's called shimming usually, and it means to regulate the attrition between the string and the wheel. Usually if the string is silent, there is not enough attrition. If the wheel is scratchy, the sound is scratchy, you have too much attrition and you need to lift the string. Now let's go to tuning the boredom. Now let's be clear, tuning the trumpet is not the issue. The point is having it as reactive as you need it, as responsive as you need it, which means you have to fiddle with this peg here. It's usually done this way. On one side you tighten this knot, so when you shorten this length of thread, you get the trumpet to be more responsive, though there is a point where it stops playing at all. So now this is clearly too much. Now we relax the string. When it's too relaxed, you will not be able to get the buzzing sound. Yeah, too little. So find a good balance where it's as responsive as you need it. There is no right answer, there is no right setup. It depends on how you want to play. This is fine by me, it can be different with you. Okay, so we have our Hurdy Gurdy in shape. It's time to play some tunes in the next video.